Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin, NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin, and let's play some NHL. So continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs, we are on Season 10, Episode 6, just finished the 10th season. Lost in Game 7, so to recap, we have 6 Stanley Cups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Prince of Wales trophies. So that's getting to the final. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 President's trophies. And it's funny, so the Prince of Wales trophies and the President's trophies, there's 2 seasons different between the two. So one season we won the President's Trophy and might have won the Stanley Cup or didn't win the Stanley Cup, and then other ones where we won the Prince of Wales Trophy but not the President's Trophy, or President's Trophy and the Stanley Cup, not the Prince of Wales. Anyways, there's a whole bunch of different variations. Those things are all in the description, well, for each video actually, not just this one. But anyways, so Anaheim won the Cup. We're in the off-season, just about to do the draft. After the previous stream, so I had planned to draft these. I have 2 first-round picks remaining, and I changed my mind. I'm not going to. The reason is where I sit in the draft, just from past experience looking at players available for trades. For one, I don't know what the value of the players are going to be, but second, it's pretty rare, pretty much almost never, where you draft a guy. I think we've got like 16th and 14th spot, something like that, where you draft a guy at that spot and they turn out being equivalent to the trade value of the first round pick that you have. So I changed my mind. The only way is if we got some like stud of a player late, I would call it late in the first round, but in the middle of the first round. But that seems unlikely. So I think it's a wiser decision not to use those picks and to trade them instead. So, so that's the plan. Thankfully, because it's not like the 3rd overall, like I'll have plenty of time to get the trades done. It might take me a few of the picks going through before I actually get the trade, but yeah, that's the plan. And then otherwise my team has a number of things planned in terms of trades, so so we'll be looking to do that. There was Winnipeg and New Jersey's picks that I wrote down for me to circle back to try to pick up, and so I'm going to see first about trying to get those, and those I'm referring to for next season. So I'm going to go have a look at those first, and then otherwise make whatever trade I can to the following season. So the problem right now is there's no, as I've said before, store of value players. The strategy there is basically to trade for a player that has some trade value, keep him with your team until you need to use the asset to trade for something else, and it maintains its value for longer and better than a first-round pick, or any pick for that matter. So I would like to do that. The problem is we already have all of them, and there's not really much else to go and pick up. So all we can really do is trade to future seasons. yeah, we don't really have much of an alternative. So unless we're trading up for players, but also again we have all of the best value good players. So really we're kind of tied, or we have our hands tied in terms of what we can do with our picks, in terms of what we're going to trade for. So pretty much we have the best assets across the whole league for value. So that's cost versus performance. And really, there's nothing else we can trade for. So, yeah, all we can trade is picks for picks, and that's basically all we've got going on. Maintain the same team for probably a chunk of years, make minor adjustments as we go, and that's pretty much the whole plan. So, anyways, so we'll get started on the draft here, and hopefully I can get these trades executed quickly before the picks actually come up, so we'll see. All right, so first up, we want to try to get Winnipeg's pick next year. So just a quick way to get to their name is to do that. We want your first pick next season. Trade value is higher than I want to spend, but I will nonetheless. Wait, let's see. What's New Jersey's? Oh, it's not that high. So I think Winnipeg's was higher. So we'll go for Winnipeg first with the better pick, and then New Jersey with the lesser pick. So here we might use other picks, or we might use the guys we want to get rid of anyways. Is there anybody of them that they want? Doyle and I can't remember who the other one was. Doyle and Pickerainen. So neither, which means we'll try to use a pick instead. Third, fourth. Let's see if that'll go. Okay, so we're at a third, first and a third. Whoops, wrong thing. still no. First, a second, and a fifth. Fourth. Wait, it would have been a sixth. Seventh. Okay, well that's cheaper than I was expecting, so I'll take it. And then Tampa for New Jersey. We'll just try this and see. Fourth for a this. Really? It just worked before. Okay. So I think that's all the trades we need to make. Now it's pretty funny. If you didn't notice already, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 first round picks for next season. Now, of course, we're not going to use all of them. What basically we're trying to do is get the lottery value picks, and if there's a franchise, excuse me, at least one franchise guy, maybe more, we'll try to get them. So anyways, and then I think we still have, we have one other first pick for the following year. So you could say that we're pretty stacked for assets and stacked for player assets too. So anyways, so that's it for this year's draft. We don't need to do anything else. We will just sim through the rest. Cool. So that's done. No picks, as almost always. Okay, so we got some coaches maybe to re-sign, likely for the Scouts. And we have some other guys maybe to either qualify or sign. Alright, let's save that. Oh, and I should say, my apologies for being, I think it says 9 minutes late. I was late, so sorry I got hung up on something. Oh, and on that note, actually, if ever I am late, or it says I'm scheduled and I'm not there, unless I put something, so in this case in the About section of the channel, If I say something like canceled, then you'll know it's canceled. If I don't say anything, it just means I'm late, so I should be there. Well, at some point. We are... Let's do coaches first. So we have our... Oh yeah, this guy we're not re-signing. So what I think I've noticed... Actually, maybe I should re-sign him. What's he asking for? Oh, that's what we paid him. Well, we can't do that again, so we'll just release him. Anyways, what I was going to say, what I think I've noticed is that we haven't been able to develop defensemen as effectively. Because what I had, well, first I had a balanced coach until eventually I found a good forward coach to hire. And the reason I want a forward coach is for an offensive coaching structure, I guess you'd call it. I really like the idea of this associate coach as a goalie one, and then likewise having the goalie coach that you always would have. The reason is then, especially with my strategy of 3 goalies who may not be the best goalies in the league, this kind of helps to improve, or in theory should improve the goaltending. So that's that strategy. And then basically, because I have forwards, goalies covered, with goalies as kind of my priority, and then an offensive coach, which is a forward title, as the head coach, then all I'm missing, I think, is a defensive coach. So I'm going to try it first, see how it goes, and then might change it from there. It looks like our AHL goalie coach retired. And then this guy's a generalist, and I think I'm going to try doing the same thing in the AHL. So we're actually going to release this coach too. Which makes sense. We had them on a 1-year contract, so... all right. So there's nothing to do for coaches. Now we have to re-sign scouts. So they're B level. So in fact, we won't re-sign them. And then if we need them, we'll sign them on free agency. So nothing to do with scouts either, it looks like. We'll save that. I still can't believe we lost in Game 7. And how that's happened twice so far. Pretty annoying. Alright, so let's see who we're going to re-sign. He did okay. He doesn't want a 2-way contract. don't have a way to filter that. So, you're gone. 10 points. Oh, that's NHL numbers, I think. AHL, he did well. So if he'll take a two-way, we'll re-sign him. You you want 2.2 million? No. $10 and $18. No. 38 and 34 is pretty good. He did well in the playoffs too. You will take a two-way. We won't give you 2 years though, because you're old. 1 year, two-way, good. 19 and 20. Again, like, I don't understand how you guys think you're going to get those contracts. I mean, you played great. This guy actually, it's justified. 29 points in 74 games. But nonetheless, there's no chance. He didn't play at all? Did he play in the playoffs at least? No. You didn't even play and you wanted one-way contract. No. 5 and 13, I think that's AHL numbers. It's a no. He did well. 61 and 68, and 26 and 22. I think he won the AHL MVP for the Calder playoffs, Calder Cup playoffs. I don't even know what they call it. I know it's the Calder Cup, it's just I don't know what. Anyways. He's probably going to want one way. Of course he does. But he's not getting it. 9 and 18 is good. You want a one-way. Qualify you and then trade you. 13 and 18, not good enough. Qualify. 10 and 15, not good enough. Qualify. Too small of a sample size. We'll try you again. One-way contract, in which case qualify and trade. No information. Qualify. Qualify. So there's only one guy we're re-signing here, it looks like. Nothing in the AHL for goalies. I always feel like I'm going to miss something. Alright, so that's it, I guess, for contracts. Um, oh, I can erase the Winnipeg and New Jersey thing. Alright, so just need to check my document here. If you haven't seen my streams before, I have a document that I use to basically a procedure for throughout the season to make sure I'm not missing anything. Extend players, we did that. Coaches, yeah. Scouts, yeah. I think that's it. Cool. We'll save a duplicate. Just in case something happens from here. Alright, this is where we get to the more complicated stuff. So, first we need to fix that trading block because it never has what we want. And I would rather nobody offer me trades since I'm going to be doing it all anyways. I mean, technically I am telling them what I want, which is only first round picks. But nobody ever offers trades, so. Cool. Now, this is something, again, I do all the time, just in case. I don't know if by having coach budget minimized, if it prevents me from hiring guys. And then likewise for scouts. So I just put it back up, just in case. Oh, talking about that, I was thinking about doing some upgrades. How much money do I have? So you could say about 2 million. Yeah, and it is correct from what it says out there, funds remaining. So let's see if we can do any upgrades, because I haven't done it before, and I'm just wondering the impact. It cannot be upgraded? So it can be upgraded, this one. But our maintenance is so high, so maybe we'll just save that for another time when the maintenance is low during the off season. So our parking lot's at the max. The second parking lot we could do. Team store we could do. It's at the ideal spot as well. Concessions is at the max. Or do I leave it and wait for it to be an assigned task? You know what? Because I thought I would be able to upgrade these, but I guess not. So I'll leave it. See what happens, I guess. Well, I guess the one thing though, because I'm missing out on revenue over the rest of the seasons by not upgrading the club seats, I think it was. But nonetheless, I still want to wait till the maintenance level's low, so we won't. Alright, budgets are done now. We have to do... let's do scouts first. There's only one A. It's not good at many miscellaneous things, but any A, we take them. And right now we have Nordic, we don't have Russia. Any of them good at Russia? Yes for one, yes for two. Let's do half the years, because I think if I go for one, they might not accept. You're only good at Nordic. Essentially. Because this guy had ICE and DEL. This guy's not good at anything else. I think that's it. I should maybe have a look at the rest, because technically they could be good at other stuff. But it tends to be where if they're good at AHL or NHL, they're not good at Europe or Russia or anything like that. It appears to be essentially always true. I didn't know if that would be the case, but I guess my prediction prediction was right. So we'll go for those two, I guess. That's it, really. Scouts done. Coaches. This is always the tough one, or one of the tough ones at least. Because oftentimes we'll go for a guy and then they won't go for us, and then somebody else will get them. And anyways, so let's see if we can find a defensive coach with good teaching. There was one, but he's too expensive. We can't afford $4 million. We need about $2 million. And it looks like the answer is no. So if we get a generalist again, what if we get the same guy we just had? %, 62. $61. 43 is no good. Oh, but that was AHL, never mind. Very expensive. Alright, looks like we're going to have to go back with the same guy. Where was he here? Then we need a goalie coach. Well, this guy's great. This guy's even better. This guy's actually fantastic. He's exactly what we want. All right, Beaufait. We want you for 8 years. NHL goalie coach. Oh, how much money do we have? I should check that first. So if he gets, was it 2.6? Two 0.6 is 9.6. What's the highest a NHL assistant makes? 600,000. I'm gonna need to do some math here. So 6.986 plus 2.606 minus 11.435, 1.8. AHL assistant makes 500, so minus let's say 0.643. Wait, no. We want, let's do the maximum for AHL head coach, so that is minus 0.766. All right, so 6,986 plus 2,606 minus 11,435. Oh, and it's actually, because it's negative, I need to do plus 0.766. Equals 1077. We might not even be able to pay him that high, but we'll try. $106 is the most we can do. NHL goalie coach, 8 years, 106. Let's do that. Now we need an assistant coach for the AHL. How is our current associate? Isn't he good? BCACAB. He's making $760. B minus. So let's see if we can find ourselves a B-ish coach. Maybe him. But we preferably want a defensive guy, but I don't think we'll find that. Then what? Generalist, I guess. That's the best we're going to be able to do. Can't offer that. That's too expensive. Too expensive. Doable. Also doable. Okay. So what's the difference between that and the other guy? C versus C minus C versus B, A versus A minus C, B minus A minus B minus. All right. C B A B A B. C B A B A B. Oh, but he would be temporary anyways. Okay, then, so we'll just offer to both, and then whoever accepts. One year. Seven. We want AHL assistant coach. 762 AHL assistant, 1 year. 761, 1-year AHL assistant. Okay, so that should be it. So we did one goalie coach. One assistant coach. Two AHL assistant coaches. I think that's it that we're going to try for now. The goalie one in particular is really important, and I'm hoping we get him. Actually, I didn't even check what his fit was. I wonder what it is. Oh. That's not bad. Yeah, that one's especially important because, like I said about the strategy, and if you can get a really good goalie coach, so like anything better than a D, so in somewhere in the C's preferably, then I think it's a good mix. How many years left do these guys have? 3 and 4 probably? Yeah. How many Stanley Cups has he won? 3 Stanley Cups, 3 President's Trophies. Interesting. Okay, so that gives us for coaches, we extended players, coaches, scouts, we did trading block, did the budgets, hire, scouts. Oh, I was supposed to wait to do the coach thing, but we don't have, well, I guess for one, we're not making too many changes to the team, and second, we don't have the guys that we're looking for anyways. So, because I actually have this in my procedure put towards the bottom of what I'm supposed to do. But also I could potentially miss out on coaches from doing it that way. So maybe I should change that back actually. Alright, so that's good. Now I have to see about extending players. This is going to be interesting because I think we have a couple guys up. McKenna and Rodin. Doyle, we're trading Soderblom. Wonder what he's interested in a 2-way contract. He played well for us. I'm okay with extending another year. I mean, he wasn't a standout, but as a depth guy to come up, I was perfectly happy with him. Two-way, 1 year. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. Okay, so Doyle, no. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with this Rodin guy. We picked him up hoping, because he did a reasonable contract before, that he'd do another reasonable one. And the answer is no. So Rodin's out, which isn't the end of the world because we actually have some pretty big depth. He was a good player for us last season. 62 points and 71. I think in the playoffs is where he did his best. 22 and 24. I mean, obviously good, but I thought he was maybe over a point per game. But anyways, so Rodin's out. McKenna's an interesting one because he was 86 overall and then he went down, and I have no idea why. He's still great, and I mean, he's young. That's what's kind of confusing about it. Why he would deteriorate as a young player. But anyways, let's see what he's asking for. 6? That's it? Oh, that's a no-brainer. 6.5 minus his home team discount or loyalty discount, whatever you want to call it. 6.5 times 0.9 equals 585. 6.5 times 0.9, 585, 8 years. That's sweet. Because his performance was actually decent too. I mean, relatively decent, all things considered. 61 points in 82 games, and I think previous seasons were, yeah, around the same or better. I like the player. At that cap hit, that's crazy. Now, I don't actually know how the contracts line up in future seasons. I think since Rodin's gone, it guarantees that we can afford it, but yeah. So I guess technically we're not in a rush. I was thinking that maybe we need to make sure Rodin's traded before we sign him, but I think we're okay actually. Still, because we're going to be trying to pick up free agents in all likelihood, and we have other guys coming in, we really don't even need Rodin. So, on that note, so we won't extend any guys that are AHL because it's basically you play while you stay with our team, you don't play while you're gone. So we'll only extend if you've had a good season. So Soderblom did, and what's his face? Nylander was expiring, and we re-signed him. So pretty much we just wait till expiration and re-sign, excluding the guys that are good enough to play in the NHL. Then we can maybe extend. So, all right, now goalies. He doesn't want to extend. What's his story? He is interested in a two-way. He was the only goalie we could find with a good poise as an AHL guy with a decent overall. So he doesn't want to extend, but we do. And he'll accept 825 for 3 years. I like that. Two-way contract, yes. 2 ways, 3 years, 825. Okay. And Koivunen's due. He is going to ask for too much. How did I know? Well, I'm not in a rush to trade him because his cap hit's low. So I can wait till the regular season. I think he's probably going to actually go up in trade value. So, and Nolan's still got 3 years, and Pikkarainen still has something like 7, 6. So we're fine for goaltending without him. And we could pick up some other guy down the line. That's interesting. I like this McKenna guy. Good for him. 8 brings him to 32, so that's good timing. See, I knew that Koivunen guy would be good in the long run. It's just clearly not easy to deal with because, like, what was it, $9 million? There's no chance we're spending that. Okay, so step 2 is done. Well, actually, it's 6th step. All right, so next, actually, we'll save that. Next, we're going to see about rookies to trade for. So this is where we might need to trade Rodin, or well, even that goalie, but especially Rodin. Yeah, Koivunen's trade value is good. I think it's going to get better, though, by the regular season or preseason, whatever. Okay, so what do we got here? So Whitmore's coming up. Actually, I should see their years left. So Whitmore, Vorobiev. Oh, good for him, he got better. By 2 overall, I think. 1, 2. We're trading him as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's it. And that's actually good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the reason I say that's good is because we want good players in our top 9 and then free agents to fill up the remaining spots. Now, we might have to trade for some guys, but we won't, I don't think, unless they're CHL guys that we can send back to junior. Because the Europeans, I don't like the value of the trades. So defense, we have Nyquist, Valcourt. I don't know if we're keeping this guy. I don't think his fit was good. And then David, Sarah, and Haimo. These guys didn't get better. Heward has to come up, but might be AHL. Kivaharu's good. Seguin's good. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 with Heward. And then we've got 2 depth guys. I think their trade value was lower before and they got better. I can't tell. Anyways. And then that Squin guy I think we're trading. I'm pretty sure his fit wasn't good, but we won't be able to see right now. It sucks. Okay. Oh, but he's a junior, so we can actually hold on to him still. Has maybe a store of value, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so that's kind of the situation. Let's see what's out there to trade for. See, this guy's a good store of value. 18 CHL, low overall, is not going to play. But anyways, another guy, Matt Bichuk, I could trade for. Stoner's already been in. Seltzer? Oh, it's because he is a third line fit. We thought about going for him. What's this guy's story? Bottom 6. Oh, he's European. No! Lethbridge. I clearly don't recognize the logo. When was he drafted? He was just drafted. Okay. Oh, he's a defenseman. Oh, this is a no-brainer pickup. We don't know what his fit is, but yeah, this is one of those ones that you always pick up no matter what. Okay. Let's just make sure they don't have anything else we want to pick up. He's a decent goalie. Alright, well anyways, Getting him for sure. What are we going to give up? Don't want Rodin. Well, we know we're getting rid of him eventually. I'd rather get rid of somebody or something that we're for sure not keeping. So, Turgeon. Koivunen we could trade. See, the problem is we have their pick, and it's probably going to be valuable. So I want to avoid making them good. First and Turgeon. Let's see if we can make this work. I'm pretty sure we're not going to get back the guy plus a pick. But I have to at least try. Oh, wait, that's not what I meant to do. Whatever. It's nice to be, or nice not to be on a clock like during the draft. I mean, I still want to do this quickly, but to not be rushed. Okay, so it doesn't look like we can do it that way. Let's change this to this. I was hoping this would work, but I guess not. So that's Gwyn guy. Pretty sure we're not keeping anyways. And Sullivan, we don't know if he'll fit, but we're hoping. And we want to trade somebody that they want, because this guy's going to be hard to pick up otherwise. I didn't want to give him somebody good, but we're taking away somebody good anyway, so it's no big deal. Although he's going to go to the juniors probably, but his overall was decent, so you never know. What else can we do? So this trade should go through relatively easily now. I shouldn't have to give up too much. Yeah. Cool. So that's what we wanted. Let's go save. And then we'll go sign the guy. Cool. Alright, so we were on Calgary. Was this guy just drafted? Because that's pretty darn good. His name's familiar. And he's junior. Yeah. Well, we don't know his fit with us, but he looks like a stud. His trade value is really high, so we're going to have to give up a lot. They want Pickerainen, we don't. Do they want what's his face that we want to get rid of? They do. Do they want Rodin? They do. We might be able to trade away all our garbage and pick up this guy that's a stud. We'll make their team very good, but who cares? Or we'll make them better. Those players didn't fit with us anyways, so. Interesting. Just in case. I don't think it's gonna go through even for that, second. We're probably not gonna, we probably will have to give up more than we've already offered, and we'll only get the player back, but still go through the motions, because sometimes you get surprised. See, I don't know how accurate this would be or comparable this would be to real life, because they don't know that these guys aren't easy to negotiate with, or, well, they would have seen the performance overall, but for the people with expiring contracts, they don't know what they're going to ask for. I wonder if before the trade you'd have to show to them, hey, this guy, he's willing to re-sign at a certain amount. Probably. But who's to say if the guy actually would re-sign anyways? Oops. If we can't get through all this, then we might have to give up a first round pick. Oh, we can do this instead, actually. Then this might work. But anyways, so we might have to give up one of our actual first round picks. Oh, we could even give the goalie, technically. Then almost certainly that would go through. But I'd rather get rid of our garbage stuff first, as much as we can. Okay. Oh, and Doyle has low trade value, so we'll try something else. No. Okay. What do we have of value that we can get rid of? Law we want to keep. We want him to develop. Turgeon we could give up. Just in case. That guy must have been the first overall pick. I didn't check. Doesn't really matter, but see, this is where his trade value, in all likelihood, he's going to turn into a franchise player by the end of his career, or at the very least, he's going to perform similarly. So, yeah, so he's a must pick up for us. And especially because he's a junior player. So we don't even have to play him right away, which we won't, actually. If we can't pull this off, it's going to be annoying. I'll have to give up one of those first round picks. But now I have the information of if people re-signed on their expiring contracts. And then some of those guys we actually won't need to keep anyways. Or some of the picks, I mean. I just didn't want to have to go and look over all that stuff, but I got no choice. Okay, so Winnipeg, Calgary. Let's do this in order. So Winnipeg, Vegas, Seattle, Tampa. Winnipeg. Not good, but not bad. Goaltending's horrendous, though. How much cap space? 25. So I think that's a valuable one at the moment. Vegas. What's this guy's story? He's a junior right defenseman. Two-way. Another guy we're going to want to pick up. Second overall. So he's going to... See, and this is what I mean, the trade value. The first round picks that I had were the same trade value, and this guy was second overall, so it was better to trade them. Let's see. Oh, they're a bad team. And they haven't even re-signed Judry. It's their goalie situation. God, they are no good. So Vegas also, we want to keep Tampa. Not very good. How much cap space? 29, not much. All expiring. Goalie, no goalies. Okay, Tampa, want to keep. Seattle, no goalies. They've got more good stuff on the high end. What are they? They're calling themselves a seller. Huh. So none of those teams so far. Seattle, maybe. It's not the end of the world if we have to trade that. Calgary, Florida, New Jersey, Pittsburgh. Calgary's not that bad, actually. In comparison, at least. They got a decent goalie, too. Lots of cap space. Calgary, Florida. Florida's not very good. They have a decent goalie. But everybody's expiring. They're not that bad of a team. I'd rather the following year's pick. I mean, they're not a good team either, but with those expiring contracts, they got a decent goalie. I think it's better we postpone the pick. I thought it would be harder than that. Okay, well, that's a deal. See, I might have lost trade value in that trade, but yeah. New Jersey. See, this is a lot better of a team. And they've got goaltending. So for sure we can trade this. And then where was the guy we wanted? Colorado. One thing I was just thinking of is actually even trading for these junior guys, since we're not going to be playing them, it is technically a store value even for the guys that we're going to be using, because we can wait until they're ready to play, and when we have players that don't want to re-sign at reasonable contracts, then we're actually in perfect shape to pull a guy up and then get rid of somebody else. And see how we traded for that Winnipeg and New Jersey, or those picks, and then they've doubled in value since the re-sign phase. Now, if they're actually worth what they appear as, that's a different story, but let's try. Where is he? This guy. Threlfall, what a weird name. I mean, it's not that weird, but never heard it before. Man, it's great having so many assets. Like, I can give up whatever I want to give up, to be honest, and never even... What is it, bat an eye? Man, that's a lot to give up. We gotta be close now. You're getting two good players. I don't know why you're being so fussy. And a first round pick. It seems like it's going to go through soon. Just the way they're responding. Because you can tell from the phrasing that they use as you slowly get towards what they want or what they'll accept. Let's try this. Man, you guys are annoying. Just accept. Trade already. Oh wait, that wouldn't go through anyways. Did we pick up Doyle from this team already? We might have, actually. No. Okay, it was Vegas. Okay. They should make it where the computer does a counter offer as opposed to just rejecting. Because, like, if you can give me something close and then we can negotiate from there, then at least, you know, we're going somewhere. Here, it takes forever to do this and not get completely screwed on the trade. Well, I thought it was close based on the responses, but it doesn't look like it. Jeez. This guy. Like, man, that's a lot of assets to give up. It doesn't matter, we've got plenty and we'll replenish them all, but if we have to give up that goalie too, that's going to be crazy. God. Do they even want the goalie? They do. Okay. Well, I guess we're getting rid of him. I don't even know where to start on this one. So it looks like we're getting rid of everybody on this one trade. And as you notice, I had to start at even more because once you start giving up good players as well, then it makes it where you can really lose a lot if you don't slowly test it. Let's do this instead. And having the trade difficulty on hard, man, does it ever make it hard to pull off trades. I technically should wait, stupid thing, before I start to offer guys like this, but I just wanted to go through already. If he doesn't work, then Pikkarainen's next, and I would be shocked if something doesn't go through with Pikkarainen. And I should say replacing this guy, not in addition to. It's funny how much this trade changes the composition of it. So it's like, if you actually think about back when they picked up Waugh, it's kind of like this. I mean, obviously there were a number of different assets going different directions, but wow, eh? Well, it went through. There goes all our assets, but I mean, all the assets we wanted to get rid of anyways, so I'm totally okay with that. And it's good that we found the optimal trade value rather than putting something through and then it happens and you don't know for sure. That time I know for sure. So that one is good. He's NHL ready, but I don't want to play him yet. Because 81 overall, and for him playing on whatever line he's going to be on, it's not worth it. So that was Colorado. We're barely gotten through any of the teams here. 17. How much you want to bet he's European? He's not. And he's got everything we're looking for. Well, there's another guy. Oh, God. Do we even have enough to pick him up? See, the good thing, so now, okay, because like before we had all these assets that weren't guys that we were going to keep eventually, but now we're going to be picking up guys that we do want to keep, which is pretty sweet. What do we do here? Um, One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think we'll have to incorporate a first for this. One for one? Didn't think so. Oh, they don't want them. Then what? What do we got? Second round pick for a third. Still pretty sure it's not going to go through, but still make sure you don't want to lose more than you have to. Oops. Same thing, but just to make sure. Sweet. Oh, that's lucky. I didn't think that was going to go through, but that is wonderful. So this is where, like, you kind of see, I'm essentially drafting these players, but I'm drafting them after their information is known. I think I just saved that. I pressed so many buttons I can't remember what I've done. So yeah, I mean, and the other thing, just with the way the trade values change, of the first overall picks, or first round picks. I keep saying first overall. Yeah, it was smart what I did, and it's, excuse me, lucky in a sense. Did they ever sign him during the last season? He missed the full season because they couldn't negotiate a contract. That is hilarious. I hope there's not, well, in a sense, I hope there's not too many other guys to trade for. I do, in a sense, hope there are, because then you can pick up good players, but bottom 6. It's a guy we've seen before, but we already have pretty much what we want. Is that the guy we traded? I thought his contract was expiring. Or did they qualify him? They must have qualified him. Wild. Well, it looks like we've gotten the bulky ones out of the way that we were going to trade for. Or it appears as though. See, it's funny seeing all the guys that we've traded away. Like Gamble wants 12 million. Hughes, we traded away 12 million. And like all these teams are garbage in comparison to us. Who's that? He's a European. He's not. Well, he's not a priority. He's 75 only. If we had the luxury of going for that, well, actually, once it comes to before the trade deadline and the value of the picks that we have, we could actually go and pick up a guy like that. Yeah, this is one of those defensemen we wanted to get. So another guy we would keep in junior. Was a guy... He's 17 on top of it, which is even better. Do we have anything to trade? I mean, we do, obviously, but anything I want to trade? This law guy is not a priority. What's his story anyways? Power forward. Definitely not a priority. I want him to. So if we do Law and Turgeon, Oops. Still went for it anyways because our fifths are worth less than other people's fifths. Like our fifth is basically the value of a 6. Whoops. Oh, actually that still works. Oh, do they want Doyle? He was on their team. They do, actually. We gotta be getting there. It's funny, that first round pick that we have is never ever worth anything. It's basically a second round pick. Well, I mean, we've been in the finals how many seasons in a row now? Um, I didn't think, or I hope it's not going to be much more difficult. Yeah, this seems like a lot. Let me guess, this guy was second overall? Yeah, how'd I know? That's why he's so difficult to trade for. God. If this doesn't go through by the end, that's going to be so annoying. We're giving up double the value. Like, that's almost even triple the value. Come on. Is there anything else we can trade? Those young guys that we're developing, I mean, we don't need them, especially with this guy being picked up. We know that Johnston doesn't fit. I don't want to have to give him up, but I don't want to start getting into those first round picks if I can help it. Apparently I can't help it. Alright, well, which was the better of the teams? Calgary has a decent goalie. Calgary, Pittsburgh, Tampa, Vegas, Seattle, Winnipeg. Calgary it is. Because I remember from before I was debating on getting rid of their pick anyways, but one for one. And this one we gotta work from here all over again. It's just frustrating. Whoops. Doyle. Oh. I just remembered I don't need to go right to the good stuff. I can give them other offers to begin at least. It says that we're not far off. And then they say an extreme thing like, we're totally not willing to part ways. See? Okay. So again, we didn't want to have to give up that pick, but it's done. It's a guaranteed value as opposed to an unsure value. That could deteriorate on top of it. So I know we're supposed to have been done already, but I want to finish picking up all the guys that we're going to pick up here. So that's supposed to be it. I'm going to go through the goalies, and then I'll go through the players again to make sure I didn't miss anything. And then we might call it a stream, I don't know. It's tempting to go for this guy. He's on his last year. He's the kind of guy that we could do the same thing and extend like we did with the rest for dirt cheap. I'm going to write his name down. Oh, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Who's this? Not quite good enough. The poise is the big thing for me. I want to see. There's Koivunen, our former goalie. Tursunbayev. So they're just shy, some of these guys. This guy's probably going to develop into something decent. was he? 20th overall. I'd rather trade for the... Because this guy's 18, the other guy was 22. Was he 22? Yeah. Because then in 4 years, let's say 4 overall a year, 16 is 83. So it seems unlikely that this guy's going to be as good as the other guy by the time he's 22. Just estimating that he's going to increase 4 overall a year. Okay, so no goalies. We'll go back to here. This time we'll do it by age, because it'll make the good players stand out easier. Skew in.